The second segment of the nightly news is brought to you by Labrie Credit Union. Labrie Credit Union. We are not a bank. We are better.
Welcome back to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. On Thursday, the 5th of August, a new cabinet was sworn in. In keeping with the theme of the campaign season, it consisted of many surprises. Political commentator Earl Busquet says that the new cabinet must be given adequate time to adjust to the transition, and the level of cooperation of the public service is essential to the government's success.
A new cabinet of ministers has been selected, and opinions of the public differ on the respective appointments. Despite that, it is no secret that the new SLP administration has a mammoth of a task ahead of them. Health, national security, education, the economy, all which require delicate care and change to bring about sustainable development. Political commentator Earl Busquet says that the new cabinet requires time to adjust to start implementing change.
One has to give the new cabinet the time it requires to settle in. This is its first week. Most ministers met with the top ministry staff only on Monday and Tuesday of this week, and there is a transition period, which is why there is always this proverbial 100 days period after an election for any new administration to settle.
Busquet says that it is not only the respective minister who will be the determining factor for the success of the ministry, but rather the level of cooperation between the ministers and the public service.
It is not only who the ministers are, but also the level of cooperation from the public service. As you know, 35,000 St. Lucians voted against the current ruling party, and they are located everywhere. And in our two-party system, as in St. Vincent, as in Dominica, as in most Caribbean countries, public servants tend to, not all, but there are those who tend to carry their politics into their jobs.
St. Lucians can only wait to see what initiatives will be implemented by this new SLP administration, and can only hope it will be for the betterment of the people. For the Hot 7 Nightly News, I am Karim Nelson.
The St. Lucia National Trust recently conducted inspections of its sites and was alarmed by the amount of garbage left behind by persons who utilize them for weddings, photo shoots, and parties. The sites that are mainly affected are Married Women's Quarters, Meadows Battery, Provost's Park, and Morn Pavilion. The public is informed that permission must be sought from the organization before any of the SLNT's sites are used to host activities and events, and we urge proper waste management practices when permission is granted at the sites used. We look forward to your cooperation as you set out to enjoy our beautiful sites. The Trust can be contacted for further information. In other news, the island's Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs has promised to transform healthcare in St. Lucia, as he hopes that his tenure will restore the people's confidence in the country's healthcare system. The comments were made as the minister held his first meeting with his ministry following being sworn in as the minister.
St. Lucia's healthcare system remains a critical point of focus, and health services remains one of the yardsticks for how well a country or government performs. With the daunting task of managing a health crisis like the COVID-19 pandemic and providing suitable institutions to provide the services needed, the incoming St. Lucia Labour Party government is not shying away from the task. The Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Moses Jean-Baptiste, says he looks forward to taking on the challenge of delivering quality health care to the people.
I had discussions, the usual discussions with the Permanent Secretary, very pleasant, and he gave me an insight into the vastness of the Ministry of Health and Wellness and Elderly Affairs, and we discussed the structure of the ministry and the key actors in the ministry. So very exciting, and I look forward to the challenge. A very challenging pursuit, but clearly very important to our government, as healthcare and this emerging health crisis, is the number one priority of our government.
Jean-Baptiste spoke of what he would like his tenure in office to look like over the next 5 years. which includes the respiratory hospital, the OKEU hospital, as well as the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic.
I want to be able to say that my term as the Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs led to a health system with better access, better care for our people in St. Lucia, and also a system where our people can afford healthcare services, especially basic healthcare services. I want to be able to say that I was able to galvanize our team. I was able to motivate our team, not only in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, but all across St. Lucia, where you have individuals and organizations who are connected to the healthcare system. I was able to motivate them and galvanize them into action so that the clients, our people of St. Lucia, can get better health care.
Critically, discussions were held with the Chief Medical Officer on matters relating to the COVID-19 pandemic and its management. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
On Wednesday, the PRO of the National Skills Development Center spoke of the successes of the Ladies Summer Program organized by the Botham Jean Foundation. The month-long program benefited 100 secondary school girls from 5 different schools within the Castries Basin.
The Botham Jean Foundation collaborated with the National Skills Development Foundation, NSDC, and hosted a month-long summer program entitled Ladies, Learning, Achievement and Development in Enriching Skills. The program, which benefited 100 girls from 5 secondary schools within the Castries Basin, is being lauded as a huge success by the PRO of the NSDC, Dane Jules.
We have realized now how important that this program was. And for the past few weeks, we have seen, and even actually yesterday, I was able to see one of the students from actually the massage group, and they had their faces done, and they were just modeling past, and I could finally see some level of confidence. There was some level of hope in those students, something that I had not seen from the initial stages of this program. I mean, they came and you wondered, what would our next generation be like? That was the demeanor that they came with. But for the past few weeks, again, like I said, even yesterday, I was able to see so much change. I can see hope. I can see that finally they realize how there is potential in me. There is a purpose. I can do something with myself.
The PRO explained that both soft skills such as conflict management and other skills such as cooking, hairdressing, and makeup were taught to the young ladies. He says based on the reaction of the girls, it proves that such an initiative is needed in society. The makeup instructor explained why such an initiative was important and why she decided to volunteer in order to make the program a success.
I'm always willing to give back my time to the young persons because I have a daughter also, and anything involved in empowering them, I'm all for it. So making a sacrifice coming out of my business during the summer is an excellent thing to motivate them, give them a skill, so that they could take on in the journey of life. On a personal level, it will help them in achieving their goals throughout life. And it's something that you would do throughout life, making sure that you have proper skincare routine, cleansing of your face, giving advice also to your peers. So I look at it in that aspect. Secondly, with the COVID and the way the world is changing, I think that they've been able to have that skill could help generate some level of cash towards the family or towards education. And if they want to purchase something, they could start a small initiative of taking care of people's skin, doing the makeup on the side. We always have some function or something. So with the practice they get in, will help them in achieving those goals.
One student spoke to Hot 7 about her experience during the month-long program.
My experience was good. I learned a new skill, which is makeup, as you can see. I just want to say thank you for the people, Botham Jean, Alison Jean, for letting me into this program to learn, to bring out my talent, makeup, and thank you. I would love to move forward to learning about more programs and more makeup.
Majority of the students indicated that they would be interested in continuing with the program, which they did during the month. Others have called for the initiative to be opened to males as well and youth of a different age demographic. The Botham Jean Foundation has indicated that they are looking to make the program an annual one. The The program, which began on July 19th, is set to end on August 13th. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us, we have more after this break.
The second segment of the Nightly News was brought to you by Labrie Credit Union. Labrie Credit Union. We are not a bank. We are better.